Thank you so much again, Marian, for joining us. A lot have changed since we last met. Weather, obviously, it's much better. We can be out here in the sun, in the shade.
Yeah.
We can feel a bit of the heat wave, not that much, but obviously in the future we'll see more. New government almost this close, and we are heading into the holiday season. If I have to calculate, maybe 6 weeks.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. And doesn't everyone feel better when the sun's shining? And I know certainly in terms of our real estate world is when we have a lot of new listings. And I think in talking to you and another experienced agents, they're all saying, yes, all of a sudden there are properties on the market to be sold. There are good numbers of buyers who have been perhaps holding back that are now ready to buy. They either want to buy now and settle before Christmas, or at least know that they've bought before Christmas, can go on holiday and come back and move in the new year. So that's always a good plan. In terms of our vendors, again, vendors are inclined to list at this time of year because their homes are looking better, the sun's shining, the trees are out, the leaves, the pool is sparkling. And also for them, it is a good chance for them to be sold before Christmas. We've got auctions running right up until the 20th of December, so certainly not too late for vendors to be listing their property. If they're not quite ready to go this year, by all means, list with you two, especially you two in this area, and have it all ready so you've got your photographs done, the marketing, the advertising, and ready to hit the market in the new year. Because we know what happens is people do go on holiday, and while they're on holiday, because sometimes families are together and relaxed, they make big decisions about what they're going to do for that following year. And 2024, of course, is just around the corner. So I would suggest, if you're not ready to go this side of Christmas, by all means, get things moving so that you are ready to go come mid-January.
Absolutely.
What are you finding out there? You looking at a lot more properties, appraising properties?
Yeah, definitely there's an influx of sellers to be coming on market.
Yes.
But what Robbie and I found, there are always three P's which moves the property for a quick sale. So they are presentation of property, promotion, and pricing. So we felt the properties which are well presented, they're selling much quicker. In fact, within first 2 weeks they're going, and others are staying for much longer.
Yes.
So therefore presentation is such a key even in this market.
Oh, I think it definitely is. What about you, Robbie? What's your...
I can see a bit more seriousness from the buyers. They are more committed towards the process. They want to get things done, and obviously it could be because we are heading into the holiday season and they want to sort of close this chapter and move into something else, the new venture in their life, so that they are more serious about buying. So
are you finding with the people coming off their lower interest rates to a higher rate, how is that affecting the people? Because especially in a lot of the area that you are dealing with, those properties under $1 million, a lot of them, are you finding any stress there yet? Are people selling or investors selling?
Yeah, I think there is definitely a segment of sellers which are feeling the pinch.
Yep.
But we all are optimistic and we feel interest rates shouldn't go any further up. But definitely they are thinking about selling and reducing the mortgages they have at the moment.
Yes, which makes sense. It will also be interested to see how it plays out in terms of if the national government does bring in being able to claim the interest for investors, how that will impact. Because I know over the last couple of years, investors have been selling their properties, which has freed up a lot more. But I wonder, will people get back in as investors selling again, buying again, should I say. So they'll be, wanting to get back in. And as we know, Auckland, with the immigration that's been happening and most people settle in Auckland, there's always that demand for housing,
Absolutely.
isn't there? We just can't build them fast enough, and a lot of those immigrants can't afford to buy a house, so we do need that rental stock, don't we? And traditionally, like mum and dad investors, owning one or two perhaps properties have been the backbone of that rental stock over the Auckland area.
And I think that's the core issue, the demand and supply, as you mentioned. Until that's been rectified, we'll have the intervals where the market sort of slows down because of introduction of new policies. But real estate traditionally is one of the most sought after investment in New Zealand. So it will always be very popular, and it will always be in high demand.
Yeah, I agree. And Auckland is such a nice place today. Look at it
Absolutely.
today. The sun's shining, the trees are rustling. I mean, how good could it be?
No, absolutely. And thank you once again. It's always such a great pleasure discussing all this factor. Keeps us connected to the basic of real estate.
Yeah.
And we hope the people who are listening to us are enjoying the same.